And here I have some veal scallopine that I got from the butcher, and it's really important for you to know your butcher because then you can get exactly what you want. And let me tell you a little secret. When you want to do scallopine, you tell the butcher that you want that veal cut from the top round. And that means against the grain, not with the grain. Because if you cut it with the grain, it's going to buckle and it's going to be tough when you cook it. So now that you know that, the first thing we have to do is pound this veal down so it's all the same size. And I usually do that between 2 sheets of wax paper. So get out 2 small sheets of wax paper. And then, this is my nifty, nifty little pounder. I got this when I was in Italy, but you can find these in a good gourmet cook store. And you want to take the veal slices one at a time, put them between the sheets of wax paper, and pound them down. Now, these are going to cook very quickly, but you want to make sure that they are an even thickness. And to do that, grab it in your hand and swing it outward. Don't go like that. Swing it outward until you have the piece uniformly and just where you want it for thinness. Just like that. See how easy that is? And you can also do 2 or 3 at a time if you want to. So I'm going to put some more on here because I have to do a lot of these today. And we want to use a wonderful product from Italy called prosciutto. And here we have some prosciutto di Parma. And when you buy it in the grocery store, you want to make sure you buy it like this so that there is a single slice lined up in a row. You don't want it piled on top of each other because when you get it home, you're never going to be able to get it apart. So always make sure when you go to the deli that they separate the slices for you, just like that. Now we're ready to work. So what I do is I take a piece of prosciutto and just cut it to fit the slices of veal. So that fits nicely on there. There's a piece for that one. And you know what? When you buy prosciutto, you should make sure that you have a wonderful line of white fat there. If it isn't white, it isn't good. We have to crush up some juniper berries. These are juniper berries. They smell like you're in the woods. And normally, they're used to make gin. And we have to smash them up to really release their flavor. So I'm putting some in my little coffee grinder. Put the top on and grind them up until they're very, very fine. Because this is going to be spread over the top of the veal. Look at that. Smells wonderful. So now I take a little bit of this and just spread it over the veal slices. Then you take these slices and you roll them up. Let me turn this one this way so you can see this. You roll them up as tightly as you can get them. And when you get to the end, just tuck those pieces in. Now you notice I didn't add any salt here, and that's because the prosciutto is going to supply the salt that we need. There's the second one. So now that you have that, you want to get some sage leaves. What I like to do sometimes is use pineapple sage. Now what am I going to do with this? Well, let me show you. I started one before you came over. Look at this. This is the skewer, the wooden skewer. I take the spiedo and put it right on like that. Then I take a sage leaf and put it over like that. And I'm ready to bake these. So I'm going to put them in a baking dish. Again, take the meat, put it on the wooden skewer. Let's put a pineapple sage leaf on this time. A leaf, another piece of meat, another leaf. This is plenty for one person, these 3 pieces. And another one. Beautiful, huh? goes in a lightly greased baking dish, just like that. Now what we want to do is give that a little bit of olive oil. So with a brush, and your oven is now on at 350. You could also grill these on the grill. With a little olive oil, brush the tops of the spiedini, just like that. Your oven's on at 350 degrees. This is going to take, about 10 minutes to do. Now we'll give that a little bit of salt, not too much because we have it in the prosciutto, a little bit of pepper, and now we're ready. You've got to keep an eye on this because this is going to cook very quickly. So there are our spiedini umbri.